The transfer portal was pretty active this weekend. Yesterday, I dropped a video where I discussed the moves that Auburn made via the portal. Well, Colorado and USC made a couple of splashes today as well. All that and more on today's episode of 4th and 10. 4 college football stories in just around 10 minutes. Now, let's go for it. Before we get to today's video, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you are subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. I'm posting college football videos all off season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. Colorado still has a lot of room they need to fill on the roster, but they added some more talent this weekend. We'll start with wide receiver Jalen Ellis, who spent the last couple of seasons at Baylor. He entered the transfer portal this offseason and originally committed to West Virginia. However, he announced on Twitter on Saturday that he'd be decommitting. Shortly after, he tweeted a picture of him in a Colorado uniform saying, "Let's do it." Ellis was a highly touted wide receiver coming out of high school. He was a 4-star recruit and was considered to be a top 30 player at his position. As a high school senior at Cedar Ridge High School in Texas, he caught 36 passes for 900 yards with 12 receiving touchdowns. Unfortunately, injuries have really just derailed his career while with Baylor. In his 4 seasons with the Bears, he's played in only 16 games, including only 1 as a starter. He's caught 6 passes for 200 yards and a touchdown during his time there. Last season, he caught 3 passes for 154 yards with receptions for 50, 47, and 57 yards. This comment from a Baylor fan on the Reddit post of his transfer news really helps summarize the kind of player that Colorado is getting in Jalen Ellis. He showed flashes of real speedy potential way back before the injuries, but he's been relatively pedestrian since he started collecting injuries like Pokemon cards. He racked up all of 3 catches last year, despite our starting 3 receivers being 2 freshmen and a sophomore last year, all rated lower as recruits than Ellis, and even though all 3 missed multiple games due to injury. Not to say that he's any kind of scrub, but I'd pump the brakes before getting too excited about this transfer. He'll probably be never more than a depth piece for Colorado. Ellis is a leftover of Matt Rule's recruit a bunch of freak athletes and will teach him to play football strategy. He came in right as Rule was headed out, so he ended up with the coaching staff that wasn't anywhere near as interested in building guys fully from the ground up. So he kinda got screwed as he was buried behind younger guys who had just better ball skills coming in. Seems like a fresh start could be just what Ellis needs. He might have just been stuck in a rut at Baylor. He still has plenty of fans at Baylor. A lot of us still really thought he could be the next Tyquan Thornton or something like that. Another solid move Colorado made was picking up a player from a school you probably didn't even know had a football program. They added transfer safety Roderick Ward from Southern Utah. He posted this on Twitter, announcing the move, saying, "Deion Sanders, we locked in, we coming." Ward was a first-team All-Western Athletic Conference selection in 2022 after putting together a fantastic campaign. Ward led the WAC with 15 pass breakups and finished tied for first in the conference with 4 interceptions. To put that into perspective, Colorado had only 6 interceptions as a team in all of 2022. The final move Colorado made in the transfer portal this weekend was with former Florida State defensive lineman Bishop Thomas. A top 100 Florida recruit coming out of Bishop Moore Catholic High School in Orlando, Thomas was a 3-star recruit that stayed home and committed to the Seminoles. Thomas saw action in 2 games while redshirting at Florida State last year. He was named as the Seminoles Defensive Scout Team Player of the Year. Zach Blosteen of Knowles 24/7, who covered Thomas at Florida State, described him as a rising second-year defender. The Seminoles moved Thomas to defensive end in the spring. At 6'2" and 305 pounds, Thomas is a quick defender. He played tight end and even slot receiver in high school. We saw some glimpses of him being able to play in space during Florida State's spring showcase. I'm sure this won't be all we hear from Colorado this week, as they still have plenty of other roster holes that they need to fill. USC added a pair of brothers on Sunday. The first pickup they made was with former Alabama cornerback Figgins. Figgins did not see the field as a freshman in 2022, and he redshirted this season. He went through 13 spring practices and 2 scrimmages before entering his name into the transfer portal. Figgins is a former 4-star recruit out of Thompson High School in Albastor, Alabama. He was ranked as the number 7 player from the state of Alabama and the nation's number 14 cornerback of his class. As I mentioned though, this isn't the only Figgins that the Trojans picked up on Sunday. They also got a commitment from his brother, 5-star safety Anquan Figgins. According to 24/7 Sports, he's the top defensive back of the 2025 class. He's 24/7 Sports' top-ranked safety in the rising junior class. Figgins chose to play for the Trojans over an offer list that included Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, LSU, Texas A&M, and Oregon, among many others. The 6'1", 180-pound Figgins is commit number 1 for head coach Lincoln Riley and the Trojans for the 2025 class. As a sophomore in 2022, he had 67 tackles, 9 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles en route to a state championship, and he's also shined on the 7-on-7 circuit. Here's what Figgins had to say to 24/7 Sports. "Just feel like it's home for me and want to be part of what Coach Riley is building." Figgins is 24/7 Sports' number 10 prospect overall for the 2025 class. 24/7 Sports Director of Scouting Andrew Ivins breaks down what the Trojans are getting in the 5-star recruit. A good-looking safety prospect that already has some valuable experience under his belt, having gotten varsity snaps as a freshman for Alabama's 7A state champions. Well put together at 6'1", 180 pounds, but nowhere close to being maxed out, and could eventually push 200 pounds or more once lifting college. Has been utilized mainly as a deep safety early on in the prep career, but has also doubled as a nickel defender in certain situations. Tends to hold his own in man-to-man coverage and has shown he can jump routes during off-season 7-on-7 play. Rather serviceable as an open field tackler and seems to understand that the lower man often wins more times than not. Competitive on special teams and should offer value in both kick and punt coverage at the college of his choice. Must keep learning and evolving as a player, but the ability to quickly read and diagnose and then put himself in position to make a play is very promising. Could eventually move closer to the line of scrimmage depending on how his body fills out, but has most of the skills required to emerge as a multi-year contributor in the back 7 at a top 25 program. So, what are your thoughts on the moves that Colorado and USC made this weekend? What are your thoughts on what Colorado has done so far this offseason? And what are your thoughts on what USC has done this offseason as well? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting college football videos all offseason, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.